Now, the second truth about the dead is that not only that they are judged, number two, they cannot return. In verse 27 of our text, tingnan po natin, at sabi po ng rich man, then he said, I pray thee therefore, Father, that thou wouldest send him to my father's house. You know what? All Souls Day is believed that the dead returns to the earth to be with the living, and that foods and drinks are being prepared during this celebration. Marami po yung bumibili ng malagkit na bigas, yung pilit, at saka niluluto, suman, Valenciana, yung giniling, at saka ginagawang, tawag dito, yung kalamayhati, marami. Kaya nga po, siguro dahil na rin sa tradisyon ng mga Pilipino, ginagamit yung malagkit, kaya mas mahal yung pilit pag time ng November. Kaya po, ito po yung paniniwala. But let us remember that when this rich man prayed before Lazarus or before Abraham, the answer of Abraham was this: there is a great gulf fixed. Makikita po natin maya-maya. So, ito po yung nangyayari. Dahil sa paniniwala na yung mga espiritu ng mga namatay ay bumabalik, ito naman yung ginagawa ng mga demonyo. They replicate the dead people to deceive the living. Kinokopya yung itsura ng mga namatay. Para pag nakita ng mga buhay, si Lolo talagang dumating, talagang bumalik. At nakita kung siya yung kumain ng pinakamalaking hiwa ng karne, nandan po sa tuktok ng Valenciana. But this is merely the deception of demons. They are trying to copy. They are trying to replicate because this is what they want you to believe. But remember this, once a soul or spirit has been judged, they cannot go back to earth. Kaya po, sayang po yung niluluto natin. Sayang po yung ino-offer natin. Sayang po yung iba, naglilitson pa. Ang iba, bumibili ng kahakahang mga inumin. Dahil si Lolo Braulio, talagang lasinggo yon. So kailangan bili tayo ng maraming inumin. Dahil iinom at iinom si Lolo. You see how people are being deceived. That is why, let us remember that when this rich man prayed, send him to my father's house. He said, I still have 5 brethren in my father's house. But you see, remember that death is a point of no return. Hindi na po pwedeng bumalik yung patay. Because there is that great gulf fixed according to verse 26 of our text. Sabi ni Abraham, let us read that verse again. And beside all this, between us and you, there is a great gulf fixed. Meaning there is that opening or a vast measure of space that the other could not go to the other side. Much more that the dead, after judgment, can go back to earth and be able to eat or drink again. So wala na pong tsansa. Matapos po na matay ang tao, it is a point of no return. Walang balikan na po yon. And death, of course, is the end of all earthly pleasures. Meaning lahat na ini-enjoy ng isang tao sa lupa ay hiwala na po matapos na siya po ay mamatay. Ibig pong sabihin, dahil sinabi po ng verse 25, in thy lifetime you received thy good things. But when this rich man was already in hell, he cannot enjoy the sumptuous food anymore. He could not enjoy the clothing made of linen. Hindi na po niya na-enjoy yung kanyang mga barkada. Hindi na po niya na-enjoy yung kanyang kwarta. Hindi na po niya na-enjoy yung kanyang mga ari-arian. I tell you, everything that a person enjoys in this world will end at the point of death. Kaya nga po, ano tong mga pleasures na to? Remember that in hell, there are no drugs, no gambling, no alcohol, no cigarettes, no sex, no disco, no rock music. And the sad truth is this: if that person is addicted to these earthly pleasures, that person will be tormented because his desire will never be satisfied. Don't you know that right after a drug addict would die, he still would crave for that drugs forever in hell? But since there are no drugs available, that addiction would cause him to be tortured forever. Those who are promiscuous, having sex, they are finding satisfaction whenever they victimize another person as they engage in those illicit sex. But since there is no sex available in hell, they would still crave, but they can never be satisfied. Ang lahat po, mayroong mga bisyo sa alcohol, sa sigarilyo, lahat po to. It will always bring more harm dahil this will torment a person forever and ever. Not only that you will be tormented physically because of the flame, because of the fire, but you will be tormented mentally. You will be tormented spiritually because you are not with God. Walang kaibigan po sa impyerno. Walang kaibigan sa impyerno. Walang barkada sa impyerno. I tell you, there will always be hatred in hell. And that people who will be in that place will be the people who are always bitter. They hate their fellows. They hate God. They would hate their parents. They would hate every person they can remember because they will also be tormented mentally. So this is the place and this is the kind of death if the person would go to the place where this rich man was.